Magandang araw po sa inyong lahat. Welcome to Mathematics class for Quarter 4, Week 1. So my name is Mr. Matatag and I'll be guiding you through the lessons this week. At ang ating learning competency, calculate the measures of variability, range, mean deviation, variance, and standard deviation for ungrouped data. So itong mga range, mean deviation, variance, and standard deviation ng mga to, ito po yung mga measures of variability. So stay tuned lang po tayo para mas maintindihan po natin itong mga to. At ang ating learning objectives. So, by the end of the lesson, the learners are expected to, number 1, calculate the range of ungrouped data, and number 2, calculate the mean deviation of ungrouped data, and number 3, calculate the variance and standard deviation of ungrouped data. So, kapag sinasabi po natin na ungrouped data, ito ay tumutukoy sa mga datos na hindi pa naipangkat o naorganisa sa mga kategorya o klase. Ito ay mga raw data na nakalista lamang sa anyo ng mga individual na halaga o score. So tulad ng mga score na 5 estudyante na may scores na 77, 50, 49, 55, and 45. And for our short review, let us examine the given situations and respond to the query that follows. For activity number 1, let's calculate the mean, median, and mode of the scores of 5 students in a 100-item test. The scores are 67, 70, 49, 95, and 40. First, let's calculate the mean. To do this, we add all up the scores. So mean is equal to 67, 70, 49, 95, and 40. So we add this all up, which gives us a total of 321. Then we divide this by the number of students, which is 5. So the mean is equal to 64.2. Next, let's find the median. To do this, we arrange the scores in order from lowest to highest, which gives us 40, 49, 67, 70, and 95. The middle value is 67. So the median is 67. And what if there are 6 students and we have 6 scores? 95, 49, 67, 49, 70, and 40. Ganun pa rin. We must arrange the scores in order from lowest to highest, which gives us 40, 49, 49, 67, 70, and 95. Now we have two middle values, which are 49 and 67. So what we are going to do is add the two middle value. That is 49 and 67, which gives us 116. And we have to divide it by 2. That gives us the value of 58. And therefore, our median now is 58. And finally, let's look for the mode. The mode is 49. Let me explain it to you guys. The mode is the value that appears most frequently in the dataset. In this case, the score 49 appears twice, which is more than any other scores. That's why 49 is the mode. Okay guys, tingnan natin ang table na ito at pag-usapan ang mga datos sa table. May dalawang klase tayo, Class A at Class B. Pareho silang may mean average na 87, pero iba-iba ang kanilang standard deviation. And for the guide questions, number 1, what do you notice with the mean score of Class A and Class B? Number 2, what do you notice with the standard deviation of Class A and Class B? And number 3, if you were to decide which class performed better, who will it be and why? And let's try to answer number 1. What do you notice with the mean score of Class A and Class B? Number 1, the mean score of Class A and Class B is the same, 87. Next, number 2, what do you notice with the standard deviation of Class A and Class B. The standard deviation of Class A is lower than of Class B. Next, number 3. If you were to decide which class performed better, who will it be and why? So for the answer, Class A performed better because it has a smaller standard deviation, which is 5.7 compared to Class B 14.40, indicating more consistent score clustered around the mean, which is 87. Ibig sabihin po nun, Class A ang may mas maayos ang performance kasi pareho ang mean ng dalawang class na 87 pero ang standard deviation ng Class A ay 5.7 lamang samantalang ang Class B ay 14.40. Ibig sabihin, ang mga score ng Class A ay mas clustered sa mean. Kaya, mas consistent at mas mataas ang overall performance nila kumpara sa Class B na may mas malaking spread ng scores. Now, let us proceed to our learning objectives. Number 1, calculate the range of ungrouped data. Let us define first the range. Range is simply the lowest difference of the highest value and the lowest value. Now, let's get the data from activity number 2. The scores of the randomly selected students in Class B are 65, 80, 95, 95, and 100. Compute for the range. Our solution: the highest value from the given is 100, while the lowest value is 65. Hence, R is equal to H minus L, or highest minus the lowest value. R is equal to 100, which is our highest value, minus 65, which is our lowest value, which gives us R is equal to 35. Thus, the range is 35. Now, let us proceed to our learning objectives number 2. That is to calculate the mean deviation of ungrouped data. Let us define first what is mean deviation. Mean deviation is a measure of variance that makes use of all the scores in a distribution. It is used to calculate the how close to the mean your values are. So, mean deviation is a way to measure kung gaano kalayo o kalapit ang mga scores or ang mga ungrouped data sa mean natin. In computing the mean deviation, we use the formula mean deviation is equal to the summation of the absolute value of x minus the x bar divided by the capital N bar, where x is equal to the individual score, x bar is equal to the mean, and N bar is equal to the number of scores. Okay, remind lang ha, magkaiba po ang mean tsaka mean deviation. Kung maalala nyo, the mean is the average value that identifies the central point of a group of numbers or scores. The mean deviation measures how far, on average, each individual numbers or score sits away from that central point. Okay? Well, the mean tells you what the middle value is. The mean deviation tells you how spread out or consistent the rest of the data is. For example, number 2 from activity number 2, the scores of the randomly selected students in Class A are 80, 85, 85, 90, and 95. Compute for the mean deviation. So, solution. First, let's create a table and arrange the given scores. Okay? Here is our table. To complete the needed data for the table, we need first to compute for the mean. So, x bar or mean is equal to 80 plus 85 plus 85 plus 90 plus 95 divided by 5. So, it is equal to 435 divided by 5. And it is equal to 87. Therefore, our mean is 87. Then, to complete the column of x minus x bar or mean, we will subtract each score by the mean. And for the last column, we only need to get the absolute value of each number in the second column. So, this is 80 minus 87 is equal to negative 7. And the absolute value of negative 7 is 7. And 85 minus 87 is equal to negative 2. And the absolute value is 2. And 85 minus 87 is again negative 2. And the absolute value is 2. And 90 minus 87 is equal to 3. And the absolute value of 3 is 3. And 95 minus 87 is equal to 8. And the absolute value of 8 is equal to 8. After completing the table, next is to find the summation of x minus x bar, or the sum of all the values in the last or third column, which is 7 plus 2 plus 2 plus 3 and plus 8, which gives us a total of 22. And now, we can use the formula for solving mean deviation. MD is equal to the summation of the absolute value of x minus x bar over n bar. And it should be equal to 22 divided by 5. Our 22 comes from here, and our 5 comes from our number of scores. And it should be equal to 4.4. Thus, the mean deviation is 4.4. And for our next example, example number 3, calculate the variance and standard deviation of the grades of 10 students in mathematics, which is 90, 73, 78, 79, 83, 95, 77, 79, 74, and 82. And for our solution, first, let's create a table and arrange the given scores. So here is our table. The table consists of 3 columns, 1, 2, and 3. The first column lists the grades of 10 students. The second shows the difference of each grade from the mean, so x minus mean. And the third contains the square of those grades minus the mean. And to complete the needed data for the table, we need to first compute for the mean. So x bar, or our mean, is equal to 90 plus 73 plus 78 plus 79 plus 83 plus 95 plus 77 plus 79 plus 74 plus 82 divided by the number of scores, which is 10. Now, to sum it all up, the scores is equal to 810 divided by the number of scores, which is 10, which is equal to 81. Then, to complete the column of x minus x bar, or our mean, or score minus our mean, we will subtract each score by the mean. For the last column, we only need to get the square of each number in the second column. Now, 90 minus 81, which is equal to 9. And we have to square the 9, which is 81. After completing the table, next is to find the sum of x minus x bar, or the sum of all the values in the last column. So we have to sum it up from here to here, okay? So which is the sum of x minus x bar square is equal to 428. And now we can use the formula for solving the variance. S squared, or sample variance, is equal to the summation of x minus x bar quantity square divided by n bar minus 1. Next, it is equal to 428. So this is our summation of x minus x bar quantity square, which is 428. So we use this 428 here. We substituted it here. And over n minus 1 is 10, which is our number of score minus 1, which is 428 divided by 9. That gives us 47.56. And remember that the standard deviation is the square root of the variance. So S is equal to the square root of the summation of x minus x bar quantity square divided by n minus 1. That gives us the square root of 47.56. So our S, or our standard deviation, is 6.9. Thus, the variance of 47.56 and the standard deviation of approximately 6.9 means that the grades of these 10 students is about 6.9 points from the average grade in that class. This gives an idea of how consistent the student's performance is. Consistent ba or consistent nga ba? At yun lamang po. Iyan po ang ating paksa para sa araw na ito. Sana ay nakapagbigay ito ng dagdag na kaalaman sa inyo. At para sa mas marami pang updates, mangyari mag-subscribe lamang sa ating channel at salamat.